One more, Frank. Come on, I blinked.
Do you mind if I just...
Oh, thank you. Oh, that's so kind. Frank, the nice Australian woman, wants to take a picture for us.
So I gotta watch Tomb Raider: The Legend of Lara Croft, and honestly, it's not that bad. I didn't really have interest watching the show because I'm not the biggest Tomb Raider fan. I've only played one Tomb Raider game, that was The Rise of Tomb Raider, but I enjoy my experience with it. So when I heard it got a Netflix show, I didn't have interest in watching it until Twitter was going butt-shit crazy for no reason, until my friend Zeems said that Tomb Raider, the show, is woke. So I was curious enough to watch the show, and honestly, let's talk about it. I think the animation is quite interesting. Netflix animation style shows are usually hit or miss, but this show is quite good. I do like the DC Warner Bros style of animation it has with this show, and there's some shots they mix in some 3D animation, and sometimes you can notice, but honestly, it's not that bad. Okay, now we're at the part where there will be agreements or disagreements in this, but whatever. Firstly, Lara Croft is not woke. I try to watch other people's videos on Tomb Raider reviews, and you know the rest. So I'm gonna talk about the characters first. Lara Croft, our main character for the show, obviously. Lara's character in this show is quite interesting. Let me remind you, I've only played one game of Tomb Raider, so I don't really know much about Lara as she is in the game, but I do like Lara in the show because she's a strong and smart woman with childhood problems. But kinda hot. We learned that Lara has been traveling since her father figure died, same goes with her dad, but we learned that her father figure and her dad was kind of bad people as well, because they've been lying to Lara and telling that having friends can bother your journey, and I was like, the fuck? Of course, Lara kind of developed her father figure, like, you know, not going home a lot. Like shit. Until she met our main villain in this show, Charles I'll call him Charles. Charles is basically Lara if she was really desired for power, and I can see why people don't really like Charles' character motives, because it's kind of meh. Charles is an okay character to me because we see that every time Lara meets Charles, she always reflects the stuff that she's done and how she keeps running away from her problems instead of fighting it. So I do like that we do get to see that character development that Lara gets, especially the people around her who cares for her. Jonah's character, I really love him, man, because he's the one who cares the most about Lara's, even though she blames herself on everything and she doesn't need help. Makes sense because someone blames her for Rolf's death. But Jonah is the type of character that tries to help Lara to move on from her grief of her father and her father figure, especially telling her that there is always people around her that can help. So I really like Jonah in this show. Secondly, Zip is an okay character. He has a lot of corny lines in this show. Actually, the show has a lot of corny lines that doesn't hit, but I don't really mind because it ain't annoying and I like corn. Thirdly, Camilla is a really cool character. I like that she's the one that told the truth about her father to Lara and how she has been lied to her for her whole life, but tells that if you want to continue this journey you picked, then she can, but always remember to come home because friends and families are something you can't find in tombs because they are more valuable. I thought that was a pretty cool quote. However, I heard that Karen Fukuhara is in this show as well, but she didn't get much in season 1, but she will have an important plot in season 2, hopefully, so yeah. Furthermore, I'm gonna talk about my criticism of the show, the story. I do think the story for this show is kinda odd, because basically Lara has to stop Charles from taking these gems that can destroy the world and give back the gems to a god, and I thought to myself, this is interestingly odd, I guess. it just sounds like Thanos. I kind of expected the show was going to be about Lara going to stop like an organization or stop a cultist or some shit. But I didn't expect 4 gems that destroys the world type story. Anyways, I think that's pretty much about the story. I think it could have been focused more on the light that they've introduced, that we know that, oh, apparently Charles has been trying to find these gems to kill the light and destroy all of them. And I thought, like, I think the light was more interesting than Charles. So, yeah. But one of the things that I want to address is the elephant in the room. Lara is woke, quote unquote. It's not, guys. I think the word woke has kind of lost its meaning, honestly, throughout the years, or throughout these past few months, honestly. In the entire show, we don't see Lara mentioning or show that she's in a relationship or being attracted to other women. She's just a strong woman who adventures around the world because she has problems that she will face. I don't know if the internet was just lost their marbles that day when the show came out, because Lara Croft is a female main character, but if she was a dude dead ass with you, this show will never change anything. It will be the same. So I don't know what people are on about. And I remember like some guy on Twitter saying Lara Croft looks like a dude and try to point out where Lara looks like a dude, but this still doesn't prove anything. But when I look at this version of Lara, I'll let her choke me.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
Anyways, let's end this video. I think the show isn't bad. It's definitely made me curious about playing the other Tomb Raider games. Besides, this show is quite enjoyable if you keep an open mind and give it a try, honestly. Overall, Tomb Raider: The Legend of Lara Croft gets a 7 out of 10. Ain't that bad, guys.